Hello, 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 and welcome to Starting the Day the Right Way, Finding Devotion for April 8th, 2021. All right, so my little guy woke up this early. Actually, I walked outside of his bedroom and I heard this weird noise. I'm like, what is going on? And one of his Tonka toys that had a siren on it just went on at like 5 o'clock or 5:15 this morning. And then when I opened his door, he was already sitting. And I'm like, hey, buddy. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know, Daddy. I don't know what that noise is. I said, oh, you didn't want to check it out? He said, no, I was a little afraid. I said, all right, let me take a look. And sure enough, the sirens, it was buried like 5 cars deep. And I don't know, it just happened, moved in such a way. So I said, all right, try and go back to sleep. And he did. So that was a good thing. But then when he woke up, he's like, Daddy, are we doing anything today? Because I'm kind of tired. I said, I know, buddy. We've been doing things Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, are you enjoying your spring break? He's like, oh, no, it's been great. But can we rest a little today? I said, we just got to make a quick run to Home Depot, pick up some mulch, pick up a hinge for one of our screen doors, and then we'll come right back home. Is that okay? He's like, yeah, you know what? That sounds good. And so, but I could see it in him, even in his 9-year-old self, who's always excited to do things and wants to do things every single day, every single moment. And it could have been the 5 o'clock wake up call, but he wanted today to rest. I said, all right, buddy, no problem, because we got plans for the weekend. We got company coming in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so he's all excited about that. So today was a half day of rest, which leads me to this verse. It comes from Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. And I'm going to read out of the Message. And it says, by the seventh day, God had finished his work. On the seventh day, he rested from all his work. God blessed the seventh day. He made it a holy day. Because of that, he rested from his work. All the creating God had done. This is the story of how it all started, of heaven and earth, and how they were created. Okay? The New Living Translation puts it this way. On the seventh day, God had finished his work of creation, so he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because it was the day when he rested from all his work of creation. Do you think that God was honestly wiped out from creating all creation? No, of course not, right? God was giving us just an example of what to do, right, on that seventh day for a couple of different reasons. One, because he knew that we couldn't go on and on and on and on and on. I mean, in my teenage years, my early 20s, when I had 2 and 3 and 4 jobs, it would seem like I would work long periods of time, but it always would come back. God would always point things out to me. Remember this point in your life when you were doing all this work, how tired you were, the money you were bringing home. Now compare that to the money that you're bringing home here. And it was really amazing when God would compare time frames or point things out to me. It would be that I would be making more money working less hours and less days than I was during that time frame when I would get a day off a month or something like that. And I was grateful that I was healthy enough to work and healthy enough to work those jobs and healthy enough to bring home that type of money of what I did at that particular time. But God pointed out to me that more money was coming home, but I was also more rested now that I, actually take that day off to rest and just to press into God. And it's really quite amazing. At least in my life, it certainly seems that God has done more with less. I don't know if that's been your experience, but that's been my experience. More often than not, he does more with less. So, and I can only attribute that to time that I spend with him early in the morning. That is the most important thing. the more time that it seems that I spend, or the better quality time, not the more time, the better quality time, the more that he multiplies everything else. So my time, my hours, my money, even my sleep, sometimes I'll pray prayers, when I only have 6 hours of sleep, I'll be like, Lord, let my body feel like I've slept 9 hours or 10 hours. Sometimes it's answered, sometimes it's not. But God put forth that example of how important rest is to the human body. And so I would just encourage you, if that's something that you're able to do at this point in your life, really press in to that seventh day, to making it a holy day, to making it a day that you just worship and really, really press into God, and just watch what he does with that presence, that time and presence that you spend in his presence on that particular day. Just watch how it is multiplied throughout the week in every area. All right, I hope this was a blessing. Have a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.